This is Saxon Advanced Math, lesson 92.b. This is notations for permutations and combinations. Now, we already have done this. This is lesson 41, we did MPR, and in lesson 75, we did NCR. Now, the reason why the book is hitting the reset button on these is we get really lazy as students. Because that's what we do, right? We take those really complex problems and we find out our calculator does them, and so we use them on the calculator, and then suddenly we forget how the individual pieces occurred, and because we forget how they occurred, we get really lazy. It's like a magical box. I don't know, I hit the button and it happens. So instead of them saying this many taken at this rate, and you say, is it an NPR problem? Well, yes it is. Let me just hit NPR on the calculator and get an answer. We want to take this and kind of reset back to where these came from. Example 92.3 says, take the permutations and combinations of 7 things taken 3 at a time to do a concrete development of the formulas for MPR and NCR. Now, what is MPR? That would be 7p3, and on the calculator, if I did that, I would get an answer really quick. But what is it? I could rewrite this using the correct formula. Is really going to be 7, 6, 5, 4 factorial, 4 factorial. We canceled those out, but if I put them back in there, you can see it's really 7 factorial over 4 factorial, which is, where did the 4 come from? And that would be 7 minus 3 factorial underneath in factorial. All we're doing on this is going back and working backwards on the same exact thing we already have done. We're just recognizing that, hey, this is where that formula came from. It makes sense when this happens. If we take this same thing, right, my 7 factorial over 4 factorial, and plug it in here for CR, I would say 7 factorial over 3 factorial, 7 minus 3 factorial, right? That was our 4 factorial. And that is exactly where that is. That's the rate of those put in there, and that's exactly how it works. Now, this sounds confusing to some people because they look at it and say, well, I don't understand what we're doing. All we're doing is showing the individual steps. They could have just as easily said, starting with the formula, come up with the answer. They're saying, starting with the answer you had from the calculator, can you back it up using the formula? And that's really all they're doing with this. So this is just a reset to help you remember as a student that NCR and MPR are not magical buttons that appear on the calculator. They are actual workable problems without a calculator just as well.